Okay.
Alright, so let's say it's the day before Valentine's Day. Guys, you're about to go out and get something for your girlfriends, and girls, you probably know what's coming. If he's taking the usual route, what would that be at present? Chocolate. Exactly, yeah, it's chocolate. So have you guys ever wondered why that is? My name is Catherine Stanley, and today I'm going to talk to you about the real reason that chocolate is the go-to gift for Valentine's Day. How about this one? Why do chocolate commercials portray chocolate as like this sensual experience involving flowing silk and classical music? There's an actual science behind all of this. It all comes down to a certain hormone called oxytocin. Not to be confused with Oxycontin. Oxytocin is a hormone that's naturally released when we experience love, and interestingly, when we eat chocolate. As you can see on the screen above, when we experience love, oxytocin is released. When we eat chocolate, oxytocin is again released. And therefore, consequently, when we eat chocolate, we subconsciously experience those same comfortable feelings equated with love. First, we need to understand oxytocin to understand this link between chocolate and oxytocin. Oxytocin is both a neurotransmitter and a hormone. It's often called the cuddle hormone, and it's released from the pituitary gland in our brains during love, giving birth, or even a high five. Oxytocin promotes bonding and trust and yields feelings of empathy and love. Now let's examine oxytocin and love in order to understand oxytocin and chocolate. A group of researchers at the National Institute of Mental Health found that oxytocin plays a large role in trusted relationships because it inhibits the fear processor in our brains. This is called the amygdala. In this, you can see that two groups were shown frightening images. There's less activity in the amygdala of those who were administered oxytocin, which demonstrates that there's less fear, which means more trust and greater relationship bonding. In terms of relationships, oxytocin is released when we hug, touch, hear, smell, or even see someone that we love. This release of oxytocin increases our emotional attachment to people. Marla Broadfoot wrote an article on the findings of two neuroscience researchers who did a study on prairie voles and their relationship tendencies. One of these was actually a researcher at the University of Maryland, the other went to Emory. They found that blocking oxytocin led to an inability to pair bond, whereas administering oxytocin made the prairie vole stay with its partner for the rest of its life. This explains how oxytocin is actually very responsible for much of love and the reason we're monogamous. In terms of maternal behavior, Linda Dopierala's neurochemistry research in 1999 found that the bond between a mother and her infant happens at birth. It's because there's this surge of oxytocin that happens when birth occurs. And then from there, nursing also promotes the release of oxytocin. Now we can examine the relationship between oxytocin and chocolate. First off, let's look at chocolate. Chocolate contains small amounts of phenylethylamine, or PEA, which is a mood-elevating chemical. PEA itself stimulates the release of oxytocin, which again yields the feelings of euphoria, comfort, trust, and love, and creates a bond to chocolate. The receptors of our brain also help to explain why chocolate can feel addicting. When we love someone, oxytocin is released, and it binds to the same receptors as where addictive drugs act. When we eat chocolate, oxytocin is again released, and again binds to those same receptors. Therefore, chocolate becomes linked with oxytocin, and therefore love and overall feeling good, and so chocolate becomes physically addicting. In conclusion, even though it's not a conscious occurrence, the feelings associated with love are the same as the love we experience when we eat chocolate, because of neurochemistry, and this can make chocolate physically addicting. So let's return to those initial questions I asked. Chocolate commercials. Why do they have this underlying theme of love to them? Why is chocolate characteristic food of Valentine's Day? And how about why do we eat chocolate when we're lonely or sad? Mostly females, but I don't know, maybe guys do too. The answer to all these questions lies in the fact that chocolate is linked to our neurochemistry with love because of a little hormone called oxytocin.